Hi guys. Let me get this adjusted. Hi. So, thanks for joining in and watching. I just wanted to make an announcement, official announcement, that I am taking coaching clients, life coaching clients, as well as most of you know, I'm also a hairstylist, so I'm also taking hairstylist clients still. But I just wanted to reach out and say how much these last 9 years have really changed my life, and I'm hoping to maybe inspire some of you to change your life. Um, so I'll tell you a little story about me. So I used to be in an abusive relationship with a very toxic person, and he was in a car accident 9 years ago, tomorrow actually. And that's how I got out of my relationship. He had a brain injury, he was in a coma, and actually, he went on to be in a nursing home. I don't know if how he's doing today. I don't even know if he's still alive. All I know is I took that opportunity to change me, to dive into me and really heal and peel apart the layers of me that needed to be healed and cared for and loved. And that's what I've done over the last 9 years. And it's funny. The reason that I've become a coach now is because of all the things that I have done. People are going, "How did you do that?" And so I'm going to kind of share a little bit about that today. So when he was in the accident, I was devastated, and yet it was kind of bittersweet. I had been trying to break up with him for years before that, and it just kind of it just didn't happen. I became the caretaker, and so I really felt like I was taking care of him and taking care of everything that went with him, his kids, and everything else. And the reason I did that is because by nature, I'm a nurturer. Now I can do that for other people with not a problem. Can I do that for myself? Not so much. So I had to learn. I had to learn to nurture myself. I had to learn to take care of myself. And believe me, it's still a work in progress, which is another reason why I'm doing this, because the more I help others, the more I'm going to end up helping myself in the long run. And it's the same thing with all of you. The more you help others, the more you help yourself. Um, and so I just want to talk to you about all the things that I have done in the last 9 years leading me up to exactly today to be able to become a life coach. I started counseling immediately, and once I went through several months of counseling, my counselor said, "Okay, you're done. You're good." And I thought to myself, you know what? That's great, and I just wanted more. So I searched out coaches. I searched out personal trainers. Started working out on a regular basis, and I have done the gamut from yoga to CrossFit to boot camps to everything that you could possibly imagine. And I trained in Krav Maga, which was probably one of my favorite things to do. I love it, and I will go back to it at some point, and I can't wait to get back to it at some point. But what's amazing is all the other things that I've done. And again, I am not bragging by any way, shape, or form. What I'm doing is trying to inspire you to step out your comfort zone, because I know that's what I had to do. I really had to go, okay, what is stopping me, and why am I allowing it to stop me? Well, fear was stopping me. And why was I letting it to stop me? Well, because that's what we do as humans, right? We let fear stop us. And so it's interesting that when I got out of my relationship, it was like all these women showed up in my life that needed their help, needed my help to get out of theirs. They weren't familiar that what he was doing was manipulative or abusive or toxic, or it wasn't physical, so they might not have thought that it was emotional abuse or verbal abuse or mental. They just thought abuse is, you're getting punched in the face. And that's not the case at all. There's tons of women who don't go through actual physical fighting. And then there's tons of women who go through physical fighting like myself, and I fought back. So that was the other thing. I never thought of myself as a victim. And that's why I never went to a battered women's shelter. I thought I would go to jail, as just like he might go to jail. I thought I would too. So I didn't. So I went out, and my point is that all these women started coming to me out of the blue, showing up. They would sit in my chair and tell me their story while they were getting their hair done. Or it was a friend of mine who was just telling me over dinner, like, this is what her boyfriend had done. And it was probably 5 to 6 women that were asking for my help out of nowhere, because they saw me and that I got help and that I was able to recognize the characteristics of someone who is toxic. And so I was able to help them, and they got out. And because they got out, they are now in loving, healthy relationships. One of them is getting married. She's got engaged to someone. Another person has found the love of her life. They've gotten married. They have a little baby. I can give you numerous wonderful, heartfelt, loving relationships that they're in now. So that's really amazing. One of the other things that I did when in the 9 years was I took improv classes. Why did I take improv classes? Because why not? It's fun. It's hilarious. It's stress relief. And it's not about being funny at all. In fact, probably one of my worst traits about myself is that I'm an overthinker. So being in an improv class helps you to just automatically answer, automatically say something. And it doesn't matter if it's right or wrong, because it's for fun, right? So it's all make-believe, it's all made up, but it stops that overthinking constant battle that I had done. And it was a great stress relief, because at the time I was driving back and forth to Iowa to take care of my mom, and I would come back in town and get to laugh for a couple of hours to get my mind off things. So it was really great for that too. So I highly recommend anyone looking for a stress relief or something to just step out of your comfort zone, take improv classes. I also have pitched a software idea that I had at Startup Weekend, and that was, gosh, I don't even know, maybe 5, 6 years ago now. And at the time that I was wanting to do it, I was so afraid of 1, looking like a fool, 2, looking stupid, and 3, what do I know about software? I know nothing about software, but I had an idea, so why not go for it? Well, guess what? I did it. I didn't die from it. I learned a lot, and I met a lot of amazing people. That was the best thing about it, is all the people that I met. So talk about how you can try things out of your comfort zone and just be able to network with new people. That's in itself is an amazing feat, right? So why not do that too? And then I got an email one time where it was talking about a nonprofit. And so I continued to dig a little bit deeper. I was having a free seminar on it, and so I went and got some clarity on nonprofits and foundations and what the differences is. Long story short, I attended the Midwest Symposium for Social Entrepreneurship at UMKC here in Kansas City. And that is social entrepreneurship is where your business is profit-driven as well as purpose-driven. And I went through the certification process, and I am a certified social entrepreneur. Now, what does that title mean? Basically, it means that I have a business that it has a profit, and it's for purpose. So another thing that I've done out of my comfort zone is I've written a book. And so part of the proceeds of that book, I don't know if you know this, part of the proceeds of that book actually go to the Salvation Army. Why? Because I have a heart for giving back. I have a heart for giving back, and that's part of the reason why I'm being a coach and I'm being a speaker and I've written a book, is because I want to help others. Somebody poured into me, and so I want to pour into others as well. And I wish there was more people doing this. I wish there was more people that spoke life into to you, because that's all what we need, right? A lot of times all we need is someone to go, hey, you know what? You're good enough. You're smart enough. You're amazing. You can do absolutely anything. And unfortunately, we don't believe that in ourselves, but we can sure say it to someone else. So that's why we really need to to speak life into others. Also, over these last 9 years, what's really been kind of fun. So I've had my salon suite for the last 10 and a half years. And out of those 10 and a half years, I have had other people come to me who, again, are my clients or my friends or what have you in other industries. And I have consulted with them and helped them start their business. And so now they're an entrepreneur. So I have the ability to encourage and consult with someone else on how to get started and how to validate their idea and how to get that off the ground and what the next step is. And the reason that I'm telling you all of this is if I can do this, so can you. If you need help in any of these areas, send me a private message. I would love to talk to you. I would love to jump on a call and we can hash things out. Maybe even that you have a communication breakdown in one of your relationships. That could be your child, that could be your boss, it could be your spouse. I've had someone come to me and tell me about the relationship with their child and a teenage boy, and he was not your typical goody two-shoes teenage boy. He was a little on the ornery side, we'll put it that way, and he basically was, acting out and doing what ornery teenager boys do, right? Was having fun. And the way that she was reacting to him was almost hurting him. Her heart was in the right place, her intentions were in the right place, but the words that she was actually saying to him was drawing him farther away from her. And that's not what she wanted. She wanted him to come closer. And so we walked through the whole scenario and what he may have heard when she was saying those things to him. And honestly, I just saw them a couple months ago together. The relationship is totally different. He is more open with her and she's more open with him and not saying things that she just thinks off the cuff. She's not reacting to her own feelings. She's actually taking the time to think about it before she responds, and it's helping him. So I'm asking you for your help. If you know someone that can use help in their relationships to be able to communicate better, if you know someone that needs help out of their abusive relationship, send me a message, private message me, or if those who have my number call me, let's sum something up. I would love to help. And I've got some great events coming up soon. The Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. It is not quite sure on the date, but I'll post a link. I am speaking at a women's empowerment event at a church here in Kansas City. I would love to see all familiar faces there. And I just wanted to say hello and thank you. And it's been an amazing 9 years, and I can't wait for the next 9. And I got some more projects coming up down the way, and I'll share those with you as time goes on. And I want to encourage you to step out of your comfort zone. And you never know what could happen. You never know the people you could meet. You never know where you're going to be next. So thank you for joining in, and please share this if you found anything enlightening. And I will talk to you soon.